What's up, everybody? My name is Chris Marvell, and I am here again to actually talk to you about another important topic, one that actually is very important to the heart, and that is managing workplace anxiety. And we know that in the workplace, there are many things that we actually focus on and that we can actually worry about, think about too much. Maybe we become overstimulated by certain aspects of the workplace. And so when we talk about this, typically we're talking about a generalized anxiety disorder when it comes to an individual, but sometimes the workplace can bring up upon some levels of stress. Maybe there's a work-life imbalance. Maybe there could be some level of environmental stress. Maybe the workplace in and of itself, could be stressful or create a level of anxiety. It could be in a relationship with a peer that is maybe causing you some level of push when it comes to your central nervous system. There are many different ways in which anxiety plays out in the workplace. Maybe it's performance based. You're driven to, maybe reach a number or reach a goal, and maybe you're struggling to do so, or maybe the thrive of competition is bringing some anxiety. So in and of itself, there's a lot that we can do with anxiety. Now, here's the thing: stress in and of itself is kind of listed on a bell curve. Okay, when I say a bell curve like this, okay, a bell curve. You can have too little stress where your body's somewhat inactive, where you don't feel any stress, right? It's really like an underload where you're not really doing anything, right? Right? Like it's one thing to not be like not have stress, like where we talk about I'm not worried about something, but for a person to have no stress and not be stressed about anything in life, then we should question, your levels of productivity, what you're involved in each and every day. So when we kind of go up that ladder, then there's laid back. So yeah, life is coming at me, but I don't really take it too serious. It's not affecting me. So now as I go up the bell curve, now I'm at the optimal stress level. So now stress is starting to, cause me a little bit of fatigue. Maybe I'm starting to see, behavioral changes because I'm rolling now into exhaustion, right? As I'm at the top of the bell curve, I'm rolling into exhaustion. This is where the overload of stress starts to take place. And as I go down that slope and I'm going into a more of a danger zone, this is anxiety. This is panic. This is anger. Okay, so the very opposite of this spectrum is being laid back. The opposite of that spectrum is I'm panicking, I'm angry. And remember the person I said that has zero stress, like they're almost like dead and inactive. The other side of that coin is a burnout. That means I've had a breakdown. Maybe I've had a mental breakdown. I've had panic attacks, whatever it might be. Just know that there's good stress and there's terrible stress. But there's a healthy stress that allows us to perform at our optimal level. There's a healthy stress that allows us to perform at our optimal level. This is what we call eustress. Eustress. Okay, this is a good stress. It motivates us. It pushes us. Okay, so when we talk about emotional health, there's just some common personal issues that we talk about, whether it's stress, depression, anxiety, grief and loss, maybe conflict with a significant other, maybe that, resulted in divorce, maybe it's your parenting or the emotional wellness of a child. It could be your children's challenges or their anger and behavior issues. Maybe you're a caretaker for a parent. It could be maybe a substance abuse issue or some level of addiction. So then that's your personal issues, okay? That's what you have outside of work. But what happens is we bring that into work, and then that starts to result in professional burnout. Now you don't have what it takes to do your job, maybe because the environment outside of your job is causing you issues. You are not having the sense of personal accomplishment that you want. That could come by way of exhaustion, right? Your personal life, whether it's you are the sole caretaker of your children or even your children and your parents. Maybe it's not enough money coming into the house. So now you don't have what it takes to give and be excellent at your job. Therefore, you're not doing well and now you're not accomplishing. So now that becomes a drag. Your work-life balance tends to be off, especially if you do have some imbalances in your life. You have problems with your boss, problems with your coworkers. So now we have these two worlds, this personal life and this work life, where both of them are stressing you out. Both of them are causing you some level of anxiety, and you're just getting to a level where I'm just burnt out. Like I don't have anything left to give. So when we talk about, this idea of, what is stressful, we talk about these. I'm actually looking here, what are some fields in which, stress is at its highest? And we talk about people who are in the medical field, right? That's a very stressful industry. Um, and so when you talk about your doctors or your lawyers, these are stressful businesses, right? Even in your sales industry. Now, why sales? Why sales? Because when you're in sales, what ends up happening is everything falls on you. Your ability to make money falls on you, right? Your ability to grow in the company falls on you. Your ability to make all the money you want falls on you. You sometimes you'll read the ad, the potential to make $250,000, and then when you're great and you got a good balance, man, you can go do it. But I'm telling you now, a lot of people who don't have a good work-life balance will have all the skill in the world, but without the ability to manage their life in a healthy fashion, won't ever reach the goals, the capacity in which they were born to reach. So here it is that you have everything that you need skill wise, gifts wise. You can talk to people, you can talk the chicken off a bone if you needed to. But the truth is the rest of your life is in such chaos that you can't bring it to light. And you know who you are. You're sitting here, maybe you're watching this, and you know for a fact that you have what it takes, but you're not reaching your potential because you don't have balance. You're codependent. You're taking care of people, and you're in their life where you shouldn't be. Um, you're not taking care of your health. You're overweight, and so now your energy's not where it needs to be. Mentally, you're not good. You have an addiction that's calling your name every 2 seconds. You have to get yourself together so that you can get your money together. That's good. You have to get yourself together so you can get your money together. How about that? All right. So when we're talking about, just this idea of, issues at work, common problems of high job stress and work volume, little control over your work, right? You're told what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Maybe you don't have good support at work. You don't get recognized enough. Now, I know in this company, you guys get recognized all the time, right? I mean, where you work, listen, that's not an issue. But there are many places maybe around you that don't get that. Compassion fatigue. You're caring about things and your coworkers, and it's drawing, you down another level of energy. All right. So, what can our goals be? How can we help take care of ourselves? Well, we need to have some level of intervention that we're responsible for. We let others know, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm not able to be my best. I need help in this area. So maybe we book ourselves a massage, okay? Now, why a massage? Massages are also known, of course, to reduce anxiety. A few reasons. Of course, the touch in the body, very, very important. Touch in and of itself is extremely important to the sustaining of life, right? If you don't touch a baby when it's first born for a certain amount of days, the baby might die. To be very honest with you, okay? Just as well, these sessions, like I said, are known to decrease anxiety. Having some level of mindfulness practice, whether that's journaling, whether that's taking a second to meditate, whether that's going to therapy, all these things allow us to evoke what's in us outside. Okay? Therapy, meditation, and having a journal allows us to evoke what's inside onto the outside. Okay, it's the one practice that you can do that allows you to share what's inside to the outside. All right, having a buddy system. Who else is going through something that I'm going through? It may be, you put something, in your workplace that allows you to anonymously see who else is going through what I'm going through, and you join up and say, hey, I'm going through this, you're going through this. I'm gonna hold you accountable, you hold me accountable. Maybe you put in place at work, I've, surpassed this point. I used to deal with that. I'm willing to help mentor somebody who else is dealing with that. And then now you have a buddy system there, right? Exercise programs. You're saying, hey, we're going to get up and before we get to work, we're going to take a walk around the block. Whatever it is that allows your good energy to come out, releasing good chemicals, right? Releasing that dopamine into your system, that feel good, chemical. That is what's important because if we don't do that, we are facing burnout. We are looking at burnout being a direct and distinct possibility. Now, what does that look like in our personal life? Broken relationships, an increase in leaning on of alcohol and substances, Maybe it's depression, this feeling of gloom, and there's a sadness, a fog, where it's a chronic issue. I can't get it away from me. I just don't feel the best of myself. I don't feel I'm connected to the part of me that wants to be happy. It could be suicidal ideations, right? When we're talking about our professional life, we're talking about maybe the decrease of our own personal care, right? The care of our job. There could be, more errors in work. We're not as sharp, as we used to be. We're not as great at what we used to do, and we're doing the same thing we've always done. It could be a decrease in the satisfaction of, our customers, of our employees. No one wants to work around us anymore. People are, whispering about our work ethic. Our customers are giving me bad ratings. I'm a part of a new problem at work, and I don't want to be. It's a decrease in my productivity. I used to, be at the top of the charts, and now I can't even get past top five. I'm not even top 10 anymore. What is going on? And maybe, just maybe, I'm ready to quit. I'm ready to quit. I don't have it in me to give, and I'm tired. So when we talk about this idea of burnout, man, we're talking about some risky stuff. We are talking about an increased chance of stroke. We are talking about, the loose possibilities of cancer, right? And why do we say that? We say that because um, you're not getting the sleep that you need, and whenever we have a level of sleep disruption, we are looking at an increase in tumor production. Okay, there's a correlation there, right? It's a scientific correlation. When we have decreased sleep quality and time, we're looking at an increase in tumor production, possibly, right? Um, just as well, we know for a fact that this is toxic to our neurology. We have a poor functioning ability for memory and the sustaining of memory. We have poor physical health. Just the recall in and of itself of what we need to do is much less. So now we know many people lean on the wrong things, right? Alcohol, drugs, sex, rock and roll. But here's some things that you can put in place, right? A support system. A support system, whether it's family, friends, co-workers, maybe it's your church or your spiritual institution. Like I said, getting a therapist, someone who's trained to listen to you, someone who's trained to hear your thoughts and reframe them and put them into a proper position, right? This is what I do for a living. Now, just as well, maybe it's a leisure activity, going to get some friends and playing kickball, taking a run around the track. It could be something as simple as playing pool, exercising in your living room, anything that gets the heart rate going, pumps blood to the brain, man, gets the body feeling alive, all right? And also, for those of you who do have some level of, addiction, maybe it's finding a peer support group, right? Maybe it's finding an Alcohol Anonymous group. It's a drug addiction. It's some group of support that says, "Hey, friend, I've been there, and we're all here as a band of brothers and sisters to say, hey, I support you as you support me." Okay, like we talked about before, those other stress solutions, whether it is therapy, mindfulness, cognitive behavioral therapy, yoga, okay, walking, understanding, more about our time management, our ability to be connected to our team, understanding how important relaxation is, right? Right. These are all things that have nothing to do with you being a great employee. This is you being a great person for you. If you have left the company you're at right now. At the end of the day, you still want to be the best version of you while you have time here on this earth. So many people say these are surveys, right? Survey of how people actually are using stress relievers, right? And this is 250 women surveyed and 115 men surveyed. Women said that 11% of how they release stress was sex. 50% of women said it was eating, comfort eating, right? Reading a self-help book, talking to friends, maybe it's the level of arts and crafts, journal, coloring, whatever it may be. And then going to therapy for those issues, okay? Now, 110 men, the brother said that, 27%, which is 16% more than women, said that sex was their reliever. 29% said video games. 31% said comfort eating. And then 70 plus percent out of that group also said that talking with friends was important. Male bonding and therapy issues for work. All right. So we all know that talking with friends, having a relationship is extremely important. Okay, so as I said before, sleep is extremely important at the end of the day, and we need our rest because the body is able to generate cells, the cells that we need to function, and when we don't get enough sleep, we don't put ourselves into the deep REM sleep, the deepest state of sleep, which is like the stage 3 of sleep. Then at that point, our body is getting a chance to shut off. Right? It's not going into an unconscious state for a small window of time that it needs to generate the cells that it needs because you're trying to turn the candle on both ends. You're trying to say, hey, I need to be up, I need to be awake and not go to sleep. And you're thinking that you're a big boss and you're grinding. The truth is you're grinding yourself away, even being a successful person that you desire to be. You desire to be successful. You gotta do the stuff that allows you to be successful. You gotta get sleep. So what talked about here today is identifying workplace stress and anxiety issues. We understand how we can recognize sets of anxiety when we're talking about the bell curve, right? The low level of anxiety down to exhaustion, burnout. Ways that we can cope with stress. Talked about that myriad of different things we do to help relieve our stress. And we also talked about how to go about looking for help as well. Okay, so I really do hope this is beneficial. Again, my name is Chris Marvell, and I'll talk to you soon.